Hello guys, so here you can see I have opened the website Amazon Web Service. So here you can see that this is AWS Management Console, and this is the basically the front page when we log in into the AWS. So from this video I am going to start a new video series which will be based on AWS services. Okay, so in this video I am going to start from the first chapter of AWS. So this will be like to create an EC2 instance free of cost. So how we can create EC2 instance to host our website without paying anything to AWS. Okay, so the first step is to create EC2 instance. What is EC2 instance? Like EC2 instance is basically an a computer, or we can say it is a platform as a service. Okay, so basically it will provide us a platform or operating system where we can host our website. So you can see that for that, like we from services tab, you can find here in the computer, in the all services tab, here you can see it is computer, and here is EC2, or you can also search it from here, EC2. Okay, so once you will see that virtual server in cloud, you can see that, right? So once you will click on this, then you will come to this screen. Okay, you will come to this EC2 desktop screen, correct? So here you can see currently instance. Now what is instance? Instance is basically an operating system. So means what we have created to host. So currently you can see instance is in running state, and there is one instance which I have created. So let me click on this instance, and you can see that I have created an instance with the name of test, right? And here you can see the information related to my instance. Okay, so let me create a new instance, right? So for that I will click here at the right side. Here you can see the orange color button which is launch instances. So let me click on this. So once I will click on that, then here you can see we are having a lot of options or operating systems to choose to create a server to host our website, right? So you can see here, you can see wherever you will see like free tier eligible. So all the operating system are free of cost, so you can easily choose it and you will not have to pay for this. Okay, so here you can see. So let me create, so we can create any type of like server. Like we can create Windows server, we can create Ubuntu server, or any other Linux platforms like Red Hat Enterprise. We can also create Amazon Linux too. So this is basically provided by the Amazon. Okay, so we can choose any one, right? Or if you want to like create a good server for hosting any large applications which is like which will be required like more than 1 GB of RAM, then you should not go for free tier. Okay, you must go with the better options. Like you can see here, if you want to go with Windows, then you can choose Windows server with good performance, like good RAM, or more than 4 GB of RAM with a more than 6 or 8 core processor. Okay, so you can choose according to your requirement from here. So for like the choosing the processor and RAM will be taken care later. So from here, let me, so in this video I am going to create a Windows, like Microsoft Windows server data center. So let me choose here, this is the base, and this is basically with container. So if you want to host your website inside the container, then you must choose this, or you should choose this Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base with containers, correct? So here you can see Microsoft Windows 2019 Data Center Edition with containers, but I am not going to host it within the container, so that I will choose this one, Microsoft Windows 2019 Data Center Edition, right? So let me click on here, select, and once I will click on here, select, so you can choose any any configuration according to your requirement. So here you can see there is only one configuration which is available in free tier eligible, right? So if you will not choose that one, free tier eligible, then you will uh, be charged for running your Ec2 instance or running your server. Okay, so Ec2 instance is also basically called, I forgot to mention you that, so it is called elastic compute cloud, basically that's why it is called Ec2 instance. So we are like creating an server or creating a platform or operating system like machine virtually on AWS, and it is also elastically like we can change the configuration later on whenever we will be required, then we can change it easily, right? So so here let me go to the next. So I will keep it selected for the free tier eligible, and in this free tier we will get, like I will get one virtual CPU, and I will get 1 GB of RAM, right? And the server is also support IPv6, so you can see here. So let me just so if you want to do some changes in the configuration, then you can click on next configure instance, or you do not want to do any changes other than this, then you just you can just click on review and launch. So let me just first click on here next option to configure instance, but I'm not going to configure anything. I will just go ahead and check what are all the other options we will get. Okay, so everything is perfect, so just keep everything as it is, you need not to change anything. Okay, so let me click on here next, add storage. So here you can see we are having the storage. So here we will get by default 30 GB of size, but if you want to get more space later, then you can easily like edit the instance or increase your size of the size of the storage, right? So we need not to do any modification because right now it's the basic version. Okay, and 30 GB is enough for as starting up like any new website. Okay, just and I will recommend you to not to use this like free tier of elastic compute cloud like EC2 instance for like any production server. So please do not use that. This is just for the development purpose, so I would recommend you to use the like free EC2 instance only for the development or purpose, staging environment purpose. Okay, so now if you want to add tags, then you can also add tags. So let me add the tag here, you can see. So let me just put it here, test, and also the value will be test. Okay, so now let me go ahead by clicking on next to configure the security. So this is basically the security group. So if you want, right here you can see that we are having only one security group right here. One is that is RDPD, basically remote desktop protocol, and it is accessible for the custom. So I will like here you can see we are having three options like anywhere and my IP. So what anywhere will do, anywhere will be like anywhere, when I will select on anywhere, then it will like our server will be accessible anywhere in the world, right, by just using the remote desktop. So I will not do that because it is not good for security purpose. So I will keep it select, like I will choose my IP. So when I will choose my IP, then it will automatically select my current IP address and it will be assigned here. Okay, and other than this I also want to like pass here the HTTP protocol, so it will automatically, like you can see here, and here I will put anywhere because using the HTTP our server will be accessible from anywhere. Okay, And also if you want to like add one more, like using HTTPS, or you want to pass anything else other than this, like any other, like you want to access your website using FTP server, then you can choose here FTP server. Just go ahead and click on add role, and from here you can choose. And if you like, when you will create, like I what I had done here, I had not clicked on review and launch, right? I just clicked on, now I can see that we are having review and launch option, right? But we were also getting the same option earlier, right? So we can also go ahead from there, and we can like configure all these security groups later on after launching the EC2 instance. Okay, so we have configured it at initial level, correct? So let me click on review and launch to go ahead. So when I will click on review and launch, then you can see here we are having currently instance type of Ec2.micro, which is free instance, and it is available, good for low to moderate network performance. Okay, and our instance storage is like AWS only currently selected. Okay, and we have configured the security group, you can see that. And we need not to do basically anything, we just need to verify and click on launch. So once I will click on launch, now you can see this is really very important thing with what you need to put, like give give some concentration here. So just keep one thing, just when you will select, so initially when you will create the, like I have already created one key pair value there, that's why I am getting this option like choose an existing key pair. But when you will create a new instance at initial like at the first time, then you will not get that option, you will get only this option, create a new key pair. So I will choose here also the same, create a new key pair, and give it here a meaningful name. So I will give here a just this is the testing EC2 instance which I am creating right now to show you guys in this video. So you can see here this is a test EC2 instance, and from here I will click on download key pair. So what it will do, it will download the key pair value as a .pem file into in our local server. And keep one thing in mind, like keep this file at a very secure place in your hard drive or anywhere else, or in your like Google Drive or anywhere any else server where you think this will be the most secure, that will be the most secure place to keep this file, right? Because this file will be needed to you always when you will like you will need to access the EC2 instance or access your server. So do not like let this file go or delete this file accidentally. Okay, so just I have downloaded that file, and now I will click here launch instance. So you can see here now the instance is now launching and things will go. Okay, so now let me move ahead. So you can see here at the last we are getting this button view instance. I will click on that. So you can see the test instance which I have already created, and this is that instance. And now when I will, this is basically that new instance. So let me again click on here, let me put it a meaningful name, like I have given it a this name current, so it will be. So you can see the new instance is in the running state, and here you can see it is the status check is initializing, right? So when it will be in the initializing status, then you must need to wait. And here you can see all the details are here. Okay, and the security group what we had given here, you can see that security group here. Okay, so what it will do, like you can see, let me also go ahead here in detail section. So you can see here in the detail section you will be assigned like elastic and public IP4 address will be assigned automatically, right, when we create any new instance, elastic instance, and it will remain same until and unless we restart the server, right? So if you want to restart, or in case if you may need, in the worst scenario, if you may need to restart your server, then I will recommend you to assign the elastic IP, right? Assign the elastic IP to your server. So whenever you will restart your server in future, then the IP address will remain same, it will never change. Okay, so we will discuss that part in the next video, okay, or in the coming video session. So in this video we will not discuss that because it is out of our scope for now, okay, because in this video I will only cover like creating a server or and taking the server on remote. Okay, so it's still initializing, so let it like do the things internally. So till the time I'm like doing like pausing this video. Okay, so now you can see that the server to check is coming here again, you can see that. So now our server is running and we have not assigned any elastic IP currently this to this. Okay, so let me now access it from like from remote desktop. Okay, so what and when it was like initializing, so what I did, I just refreshed the browser and it was already updated the status when it loaded at the second time after refreshing the page. Okay, so you can do that also at your end when you will have to wait for a long time. So okay, so let's see how we can get this or take this machine on remote. Okay, so that we can publish our files. So you can see that we can take it on remote. So there, so let me first of all open the remote desktop. So let me type here mstsc, right, and hit enter. So you can see here what I have got here. Okay, so let me take this server on remote. So what I will do, I will copy this IP address from here. Okay, and then I will open remote desktop and paste my IP address here. So let me click on connect. So now it is asking my password. Okay, so what is the password? So we can get the password basically from, okay, wait a minute. So how we can get the password? Okay, so we can go here, you can see, to get the password just keep it this thing like just select the instance here. So our instance is current instance. Okay, so and then go to here in actions, and from actions here we can go to like not the instance setting. Okay, we need to go to set security, and from here get Windows password. Okay, so you can see here in the get Windows password it is asking the key pair value, what that is the pm file what we have downloaded here. Okay, so we need not to open basically. So let me click on browse and select the downloaded file. So you can see here This is the pm file what we have downloaded currently. So let me open it here, and after opening, let me click on here decrypt password. So you can see here we are having these three things: administrator and password. Okay, so let me keep like save it, or let me copy this for now. Okay, so let me again open the remote desktop by typing mstsc, and here we need to put the public IP address here. So you can see here it's now connecting to the remote. Okay, wait a minute, I think, okay, this is not the public IP address, is basically the private IP address. Okay, that is why we are not able to connect it. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to get the public IP. So we can get that by going to instance. So I just right clicked on instance and open the instance in the new tab. Okay, so let it load now. Okay, so here again check the instance and copy the public IP address from here, then go ahead here and then paste the IP here. Okay, now click on connect, and now you can see we can enter the password here. So we can do here one thing, like we can go ahead here and let me copy the password, and once I will enter this, like paste the password, then it should not log in because we have not passed the administrator. So you can see here in the logon attempt field. So what we need to do, we need to click on here more choices, correct, and from here we need to click on use different account, and from here we need to copy this administrator, and let me enter this in the username, and then let me copy the password, and let me enter this in the password section. So now let me click on OK. Right, so once I will click on yes, then it will access the remote server. Okay, so you can see here now we are able to log in. Okay, so it will like do the thing, all the settings. Okay, and then it will start the server. So you can see here now our server is ready. Okay, so let's see here, you can click here either yes or no. So you can see we recommend allowing this your home or public. So let me click on yes because currently I'm on the home network. Okay, so here you can see you will get all your details related to your EC2 instance at the right side on the desktop. So now what all we need to do after all these things, we need to install. So we need to install the IIS. So how we can install the IIS? For that we need to go to start menu here, and from there we need to click on here server manager. You can see that. So at the server manager, click on that part. Okay, and now you will show here server manager. So we need to close this thing, and from here we will click on add roles and features. So let me click on here. Okay, right now server manager is busy collecting inventory data. The wizard will be available after data collection finishes. So okay, let's let it load first. So you can see here. Okay, so there is some process which is going on, right? So let that process finish first. Till that time, what we can do, okay, so I think the process is finished or not now. Currently it's in the process. Okay, now the process is finished. Okay, so now let me click on here, add roles and features. Okay, so you need to click here, and then this window, in this window you need to click on here next. Before you begin, you can read all these things if you want. Okay, so now here you can see role based or feature based installation, remote desktop service installation. So I do not want it as a virtual desktop infrastructure. Okay, so let me keep it as role based and feature based installation, and let me click on next and keep this thing selected. Let me click on next, and now here in this server role, you need to select like install IIS. So I will check this IIS, and then I will click on here add features. So these are basically the roles which we need to select. So web server IIS is selected, remote desktop service and other options we need not to select here. Okay, so just let me click on next, and right now you can see the .NET 4.7 version is selected. Okay, let me pause the video for some time and let me connect my charge. So now let's go ahead. I have connected the charger now. So you can see here the currently it is selected the .NET framework 4.7. okay, with these are the basically default selection. Okay, so we can keep it selected. Okay, leave it as it is, and we will install the other services according to our requirement. So we need not to install anything else right now. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, let me now click on next button and again next. So you can see here the role services what we have selected or what we are getting currently in with the default services. So it is default document directory browsing, http error, static content, and there is no http redirection, so we can select that http redirection, so we may need that in future. Okay, and basic authentication that we need not require. URL authorization is also not required. FTP services are not required for now, and other things are also not required. So now let me click on next here. So once I will click, then you can see all these things what we have selected here. Okay, so if you want to get your server restarted, then you can check this checkbox, but if you do not want it, right, so we don't want it to restart automatically, so that's why I will click on no. And now let's just go ahead and click on install. So now it's like installation process is started. Okay, so I would like to share one more thing with you guys. Like if you want to like copy your source code from your local computer to server, so you can do one thing for now. Like you can just copy the publish folder from your local computer and paste directly right at here in the share folder, or where you will have the IIS like IIS server, the default www root file, so you can directly paste it there. But that is not a good idea basically. So what I would recommend you to use some automation process or like elastic beanstalk kind of thing, so that you can publish your code directly from your Visual Studio. So we will also like discuss about publishing part later. Okay, in this like our AWS services, AWS like video session, video series. So I will do that. I will create a video for that also. So let it finish that the first installation. Okay, so till that I am going to pause this video. So you can see now, like installation has completed. Okay, installation completed now. So let me click on close. Okay, so now we can see the IIS. So let me close this first. Server manager, we do not need it now. So let me click on start, and from here we can search, or we can just start typing IIS, and you can see here Internet Information Services Manager. So just let me click on this. So it will open the IIS service, and you can see your server here. Inside that you can see sites, and once I will click on the site, then you can see here currently the default portrait is already binded, and once I will click on here on this browse, then it will open in the browser. So you can see this is the Internet Explorer which is opening right now. So we will browse recommended settings. Okay, so we need not to. Okay, this is really frustrating. Okay, just let me close this. Okay, so you can see now on the localhost on the server it's running, and now we need to access the same site, because when in the default site what you will get the default created website, and which is available. You can see it is inside the C drive, inetpub, and then inside www root folder. So if you want to host any other site, then you can just copy from the local published folder from there, and just copy all the code which is inside the published folder and just paste it here in the www root folder. Okay, but right now I have not any created website to host here. Okay, so what I will suggest, like what I will show you guys, like to access this website inside remotely, like on the remote server or in my local machine. So currently it is hosted on Ec2 Instance, and I will try to access it using this public IP address, which is 13.233.198.10.240. So let me minimize this, and let me go to this. Okay, it's refreshing. Okay, so now let me select my instance. So I have selected the instance. Let me copy the public IP address, or I can click on here open address. Okay, so once I will click on that open address part, so you can see currently it is trying to access our website on HTTPS server, but our website is not running on HTTPS server. Okay, so what I will do, I will not allow this HTTPS. I will remove the HTTPS section, and then I will again hit the enter, and once I will hit the enters, then you can see that we are able to access our server from here, from my local machine. Okay, but if you want to like give access at like HTTPS server, we can also do that. So for that, what we need to do, we need to go here, and from here we need to edit the bindings. So let me go to the binding, then add one more thing, and from here let me add all assigned, and for that we need to select the SSL certificate. But okay, for that thing we need to install the SSL certificate in this server. Okay, but right now server certificates are installed. Okay, so let me create a certificate. So let me give it a common name, test. Let me keep it or we can, currently my country name, like country is India, therefore I will choose here. I will choose India. Okay, and also I need to add here unit, city, locality. Okay, and then state. Okay, so now we can see here the next button is enabled. Let me click on that, and from here let me keep it as a default. Let me click on next. I specify the file name. I will also put it here like test, and then I will click on here finish. Okay, so now let me go again here, and then let me click on again bindings, then add, and from here HTTPS. Okay, and then from here, okay, currently I think it's not created. Okay, wait a minute, let me check again if the server certificate is created or not. Okay, no, it's not opening. Okay, sorry, that, okay, I had chosen the wrong thing. Okay, so here what we need to do, what we need to click on here, create self-signed certificate. So from here we need to specify friendly name. I will give it a test, and from here I will keep it for web hosting, and from here I will click on OK. So you can see here we have the server certificate created here, a self-signed certificate. And again I will go here, I will click on bindings, and then I will click on add, then I will select HTTPS, and from here I will select test, and then I will click on OK. So now you can see the port number automatically assigned 443, and let me first try to access it inside the local. So you can see that it is saying that it's not secure, but I will click on here, go on the web page. Okay, and click on OK. So you can see it is showing certificate error, but it is able, we are able to access it on HTTPS. Okay, and if I will try to access it on HTTP, then I am able to access it. Okay, so let me do the same thing from our local server. So it's currently on HTTPS, so let me close this. So okay, on HTTP. So now again I will click on here. So now by default it is opening on HTTPS, and what it will do, okay, now I got what, why is the wrong thing here. We have only opened like in the security. Let me go to the security group. So you can see here we have not opened here port number 443, correct? So let me click on edit inbound rules, and from here let me click on add rule, and from here we need to select HTTPS. So let me click on HTTPS, and from here let me click on anywhere, and then let me click on save rules. So now let me again come here. So I have refreshed the page. Okay, and now let me click on advanced, because our certificate is not verified basically, that's why it will show the error, it isn't secure. Okay, so let me click on here continue, and now I am able to access it on HTTPS, but as our certificate is not verified, it is self-signed certificate, that's why I am getting this error HTTP. But currently we are able to access it on HTTPS server as well as on HTTP server. Okay, so that's all guys in this video. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you understood like how we can create Ec2 instance and then host the website from our local server. Okay, so let me close this thing here, and let me share one more thing with you. Like when you want to access the remote by clicking on here, right, from here you can also choose, you can go ahead here, you can choose your local drive which you want to get access, or you can see here the printer and clipboard are already selected. Clipboard, that means what you want to copy from your local server to so it will basically you can able to copy if clipboard will be selected. So also, like, let me go to more, and if you want to select a drive, so you need to choose your drive. So currently I have only one drive in my operating in my machine, local machine, so I can select here Windows C, then I will click on here, and then I will click on connect, and then I will click connect, and now it will ask the password. So password is here. Let me again go ahead and find my password. So it is also again asking the key, so let me again go here. Okay, so I will choose my file, and then again I will decrypt, and here is my password. I just copy it, and now let me paste it here. So let me again take it on remote, and now what we can do, we are able to access our local. Let me show you that I can access now my local machine. Okay, you can see, okay, wait a minute, here you can see this is the C on desktop, so this is my desktop. When I will double click on this, then I am able to access my local computer from here, from like remote desktop, from the by getting inside the remote server, the EC2 server what we had created. So that's all guys in this video. Thank you guys for watching.